Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them.
Hold up. This is about anti-Asian violence, not Asian on Asian crime. It is about the way Asian people were treated in America within history. The disrespect to dignity, the cruel oppression upon fellow human beings, and the way they were treated in society. It begins with the 1871 Chinese massacre. The spark of the massacre can be traced back to a rivalry between two Chinese-American companies over women. During the time in Los Angeles, California, police discovered Chinese men fighting. The Chinese opened fire on the police, killing one of the officers. Mobs of angry Caucasian residents were enraged. City officers were told to shoot any Chinese residents who would try to leave. The Chinese were easily identifiable. They were not well liked. They were considered a threat to the economy, jobs, and society.
Prior to this class that I've taken, I actually had no clue about Vincent Chin. I had no clue what he suffered, no clue about what his mom suffered, and I had basically no clue whatsoever about Vincent Chin.
Prior to this class, I knew a little bit about it in my other Asian American Studies classes, but about him and what happened to him in my other Asian American Studies classes, but I didn't really know the bulk of it until I took this class.
Coming to SF State, I didn't realize anything about Vincent Chin. Taking this class changed my whole perspective on what it is to be an Asian in America, Chinese in San Francisco alone, and basically that he changed or influenced many things that we as Asians strive for.
What's the first thing you think of if you can describe the history of Chinese in the United States?
First thing I kind of think of is, for so long, I feel like the Chinese are easily forgotten and that they are often pushed around, mainly because of their race, and mainly that they're not capable of doing many things.
It's unfortunate that they were treated in a way that dehumanized them as people in this world.
Vincent Chin was born in Guangdong, China in 1955. Adopted by Lily and Bing Hing Chin after Lily's first miscarriage in 1949. They came to the U.S. through the War Bride Act. Vincent Chin grew up in Michigan, graduated from Oak Park High School, became a draftsman at an engineering firm, and was a waiter at the Golden Star restaurant on the weekends. Vincent Chin was a Chinese-American man in Detroit, Michigan, beaten to death the night of his bachelor's party and murdered on June 19, 1982, the week before his wedding. Ronald Evans and Michael Nitz are responsible for killing Vincent Chin. Japan's auto manufacturers were growing at this time, thus laying off many U.S. auto workers, including Evans and Nitz. I quote, "It's because of you little motherfuckers that we're out of work." End quotes. Evans and Nitz killed Vincent Chin because they thought he was Japanese, the night of his bachelor's party, with a baseball bat in front of a Michigan McDonald's. Evans and Nitz were originally charged with second-degree murder, but Evans and Nitz, according to the judge, are not the kind of men you put in jail. They were convicted in a county court for manslaughter and sentenced to 3 years probation with a $3,000 fine that still hasn't been paid. So what kind of men do you put in jail? Black men with drug offenses, undocumented immigrants, and youth of color with nonviolent crimes, but 2 white men who have committed murder don't count? At the end of the trial in Cincinnati, Evans said, "The court system worked the way it's supposed to." And he's right, it did, because the system was never created for us or to protect us. It was created to keep us in line and to keep us complacent. With the killing of Vincent Chin, we see the beginning of the Asian American civil rights movement. Asian Americans all over the U.S. erupted in anger and sadness over the incident, and Detroit-based Asian American Center for Justice was created in response to the murder. It's been over 3 decades since the murder of Vincent Chin, and justice has yet to be served for Vincent and his family. His friends are fearful it's been so long that the world has forgotten, but we haven't. And Vincent Chin will continue to live on in our hearts and in our history.